What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. I am on the PTS for Year 7 Season 3 and we're going to check out all of the new items that we have available. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. Right, okay. So I've got a new character, and with every new character you create on the PTS, you automatically get every new item. It's a bit easier than opening all of the caches and having to manage your stash. So for some reason they've given us Lexington. That's very, very kind of them. But we'll start off in the order that we get them. So we've got the Throff, which is a submachine gun. They've got some really nice rolls on all the gear this time around. It's really nice to have an improved PTS that's easier to test. Damage target out to cover, which is exactly what we would roll on it. And it's got the new perfect immobilize on. Amplifies weapon damage by 25% to ensnared enemies. After 3 kills, it applies ensnare to the next enemy. And obviously there is the regular immobilize talent as well. That gives 20%, I believe, damage. Same with the lockdown we've got here. You can see if you want to try that out. This is not a gun that I enjoy using. Probably not one I'm going to be trying out too much. Then we've got the Bittersweet, which actually looks really, really nice. You can see it here. Again, they give it us with damage target out of cover. It's got on mod-wise headshot damage times 5% and an extra 10 rounds in this little magazine in here, which looks really, really cool. And then it's got a really odd talent. It's got hitting headshots, build stacks up to a max of 8. When shooting an ally or a skill, repair them 50% of the shot's damage for each stack. Healed allies will receive 50% of your repair skills as a bonus armor for each stack for 10 seconds. All hits are guaranteed headshots for 8 seconds after healing an ally or a skill while at maximum stack. So that's pretty interesting. It's kind of like a mini determined tacked onto the end there as well. So yeah, definitely going to be interesting to try this out. But it does look cool. Kilroy was here. 7.62 times 51. Some nice nice stuff on here. .308. Nice little it's like a rogue agent sign there. Stay frosty on the top. So yeah, I do like the design. It is pretty good. It doesn't do anything, doesn't glow or anything like that as far as I could tell. But yeah, so that's interesting to say the least. Then we've got the Sheriff, which is going to be the reward for next season's climax. No mods or anything on this thing at all. It just has the talent at the bottom, so 35% weapon damage, 100% accuracy, no damage drop off, and it says these bonuses are built into the weapons base stats, and you can see here there's the damage drop off. This thing here is just completely maxed out, which we generally don't see. If you look on other guns, you can see obviously there's always some kind of curve. With this one, it's completely maxed out, which is yeah, interesting. So I don't understand why there's no mods on it. I don't know if that's a bug or it's intended to have no mods. It's the first exotic we've had that doesn't have mods. Mods are usually just locked that we can't change them, so that is interesting to say the least. But we've got, I tried to use this earlier on just for a little bit. I've had very little use of it, and it was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it with certain builds that I've already got. But it does fall down with 8 in the mag still, and it's the single bullet reload. So I kind of think they'd put it, I would have liked a special mag on it or something like that, just to make it a little bit more usable. Considering the Bittersweet got the 20 round mag on it, it would have been nice. But we do have some mag size gear in the game nowadays and things like that. So maybe that's the solution. But we'll definitely try that out at some point during the PTS. Then we've got the concentrated company gear sets. We've seen this in the patch notes, but now we've got talent information and things like that as well. So we've got weapon damage for 10%, 30% weapon handling. Shooting an enemy marks them for 7 seconds. When a marked enemy dies, receive 1 stack of 3% weapon damage for each ally or skill that has contributed to killing that enemy, which obviously works with the new companion system, quite significantly. Max stacks are 35, stacks decay every 10 seconds. Maximum amount of marks that can be placed are 3, so you can spread them a bit like Negotiator's Dilemma. But if we take a look at the backpack, we've got a talent that will increase the weapon damage bonus from 3 to 5, which is probably, as a guess for this set, probably worth taking. because 2% for every stack is going to outweigh probably any other talent that you can get on your back. But then one that I probably think isn't worth taking is the All for One. Increase the amount of marks that can be placed from 3 to 5. We'll probably kill too quickly for this to actually make a serious difference. So the chest is probably a bit of a pass. Then we've got the new unit alloys set as well. So it comes with 5% rate of fire and 20% assault rifle damage. I think this is probably going to be a go-to going forward. It seems incredibly strong. And then 50% magazine size as well for the third attribute. And obviously, you know, what we've just been talking about as well is the sheriff. So, you know, that would only be an extra 4 bullets though in the mag. Would that make more of a difference? I don't know. But obviously we've got other gear as well that we can extend that as well. But we've got to think about not losing out on any damage. Otherwise it kind of, you know, takes away from what it is you're actually doing. This is the equalizer though that comes with the perfect obliterate, which I'm so glad that we're finally getting on a good set as well. I really hope we don't lose too much of these bonuses going forward. Critical hits increase the total of weapon damage for 1% per 10 seconds, and it stacks up to 24 times. Give us 25, come on. But yeah, that is pretty good. And obviously there's a regular one, which you can see here. There's a 4% difference. If we go down here, there's also a named holster for this thing as well, which gives us an 8% rate of fire boost as well, which is really, really nice. So it'll be interesting to see if we actually keep this. 2-piece of this is, yeah, phenomenally good for a Lexington build, probably with strikers. And will make us feel, you know, not too bad considering we're going to lose a huge amount of rate of fire and weapon damage by the global modifier disappearing at the end of this season. We've then got the beacon as well, crit chance, crit damage. I haven't tried this out yet, but both of your allies receive 20% critical hit damage, 10% skill efficiency, and 1% armor regen when your ally is within 10 meters of you. Or you get 10% critical hit damage, 5% skill efficiency, 0.5% armor regen if skills are within 10 meters of you, but only the highest group buff can activate one at a time. But what's interesting there is it says group buff, like it says both you and your allies. So this is a huge buff for the squad by wearing this chest piece. I think it's pretty good. That one, you know, this is like, you know, someone wear a coyotes, somebody wear a beacon. I think, you know, you think 20, 40, 60, 80% critical hit damage across your team is potentially a lot of critical hit damage. 10% skill efficiency is, you know, great either way anyway. And then 1% armor regen doesn't sound like a lot, but it really does add up very, very quickly. So, you know, and even with the minor buff, you know, it's still pretty significant. So yeah, I like this chest piece. It'd be interesting to see, you know, when people run it in a group, if people actually pay attention and, you know, actually think, you know what, it's worth putting on. And then we could flip through. I think that's it. That's everything. We're all good in the hood. No other guns to talk about, is there? That's the Throff. There's no handguns. So that will be all of your gear for this PTS. I will make a bit more of a follow-up video because it'll be a much longer video because I'm going to talk about the global modifiers. We're also going to go and do the new mutiny hotspots and things like that and unlock the companions, check what combinations we can get and things like that. But I will leave that for a separate video because this is already 8 minutes and I don't want to make it too long. As always, thank you so much for watching, agents. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Help me get to that 40k subscriber mark by the end of the year. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.